Hello and welcome to Creatives Like Us, where I speak with creatives of colour who share journeys and stories and ideas and how they can inspire and open up avenues in creative industries. I'm your host, graphic designer Angela Lyons, and with the help of my guests, I will bring you insightful interviews and compelling stories that can inspire you to think about things differently or shape your next move. Being a creative of colour can bring its challenges, highs and lows and in-betweens. But this podcast is about amplifying our voices and celebrating together. So, are you ready? Let's get started with Creatives Like Us. Oh, ready, Kayleigh?
I'm ready.
Oh, thank you so much for joining me today. Can you tell people who you are and what you
I
do?
can. I'm Kayleigh. I'm a brand and website designer. I help purpose-driven business owners, small business owners, make more impact, reach more clients, attract more people that they want to work with, the people that they feel aligned with. And I do
Brilliant.
that through pretty websites, not just pretty, strategic as well. Strategic is the most important thing. And visual branding that aligns with their own personality and uniqueness.
Perfect. That's beautiful. And whereabouts are you in the world?
Oh, well, I was gonna say not very sunny Warsaw, but it's actually really sunny today, which is
Is
rare.
it?
Yeah, it's beautiful today. It wasn't yesterday, but it's nice today, yeah. So I'm
Oh,
in
lovely.
a very sunny corner of the Midlands.
Nice, nice. So, as I said, thank you so much for joining me today. And you know about Creatives Like Us for to season 2 now. Yay! And
Amazing.
I'm so glad we're here and I'm so glad you're joining me today. So, I'd love if you could tell people how you actually started and how you got going with, and where you are, how you've actually ended up where you are today. Because sometimes, people always like feel inspired or want to hear about people's journeys. Don't have to give me the long details, but but give us the highlights of how you got started.
Yes, so maybe around almost 11 years ago now, actually, I was working in a design agency. And I just felt really far away from the client. You have sort of the account manager, and then they speak to your design manager, and then the design manager speaks to you and tells you, they delegate the tasks. But you don't ever get to kind of have that connection. You don't get to see the clients. When they speak naturally about the struggles they face in their business and what they need to do, what their goals are. You don't ever get to see that, the body language, and have like a real authentic conversation. So I decided I don't know how to put it, but it was a bit naive. I was like, oh, I'll just start myself. I'll just start my own business. I have my hands, I have my computer, I can design. I don't need like lots of, overheads to kind of start my own business and give this a go myself. So I decided to put a call out on Facebook and I said, I'm going to be freelancing, doing print design, signage design, just visual stuff, really, just any visual creative stuff.
So it wasn't,
And
web design then, so it was also
it
print based?
wasn't. Yeah,
Oh,
that
okay,
that came like
interesting.
5 years later, which is really,
Oh,
really
okay.
interesting because I
Okay.
love that now. It's probably what I
Alright.
lead with now.
Yeah, yeah.
So I just started freelancing and I was doing a lot of like print design. I was doing a lot of like brochures and corporate, what are they called? They're almost like white papers, aren't they? Where they kind
Yeah.
of just talk about what the company's done, the charity goals and how they've been spending the money. So I used to do a lot of those. And I then decided to branch into website design because I felt like people were wanting to kind of communicate what they do, but they only wanted to do that when there was a huge problem in the business, maybe footfall was low or they weren't kind of reaching the right people. And a flyer or a brochure or something like that doesn't quite kind of cover
Mm.
that issue. So I felt like they needed to have a better online presence. So I experimented a little bit with website design. And I found that I loved it so much because you get to immerse yourself in the business. You kind of get to see more of that business than you would have done if you kind of were just doing a smaller bit of design, if that makes sense. So
Mhm.
yeah, I just really loved getting in people's business, basically.
Get up in their
Very
business.
nosy. Up in their business, all up in it. Absolutely. I'm so nosy.
And then start designing for them in their business.
Afterwards, yeah. When I've got my slippers on, I'm in
That's
their house. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Brilliant, brilliant. That's so cool. So did you approach them to say, like, "Do you need a website?" Or was it a bit half and half?
A bit half and half. The first one, what was the first one actually? After mine, I can't remember the first one actually, the first website I did. Um, but sometimes people just asked, "Are you able to help me with a page, or are you able to help me make some tweaks?" And I just kind of started in that way. And then I think one of the early websites I did was for a salon, a local salon. And
Mm.
because, I knew them on a personal level, I was kind of able to take my time and be a bit more experimental and try some of the things I maybe wouldn't have tried because I didn't have the experience. So it was kind of a bit of
Mm.
mutual trust,
Yeah.
really.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah,
cool.
yeah.
I suppose also because you know them, you can give them above and beyond. I suppose you could do all your clients give above and beyond, but with them, it's something more special because they're local and
Yeah,
nice.
absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
And I think knowing that I had maybe tried a few new things, I felt like it was a lot more, a bit more fruitful, if that makes
Yeah.
sense, because I knew
Yeah.
that now I've kind of, gained these new skills. So
Mhm,
yeah, it
mhm.
was fun for me, very fun for me.
Brilliant. So from there, so that was what, 5 years ago you started doing
Yeah,
websites?
maybe
Was it more?
2015. That's, oh my God, how long is that?
That's
2015. Was
10
that 10
that's
years
10
ago?
years. 10 years ago.
Oh my,
Should you be not be celebrate some anniversary now? Have you checked the actual date?
it's definitely 11 years. When did I start? 2014. Maybe it's actually not that. No, I think my first website was 2015
Wow,
for
10.
sure.
Congratulations.
So it was, oh my, oh, thank you. Clearly like
She
to keep
didn't
a
even
track
know
of
it.
things. Oh my God. Definitely like, going to secondary school in terms of business years now, aren't I? 11
Yeah.
years.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's funny because I just said I've gone into 13 years, and I said my
You
teenage
did.
years. My teenage years.
So you accrued all your wisdom now. You're definitely like wise teenager.
Don't know about that. And maybe the wise teenager, maybe the one that's still going a bit crazy sometimes.
All the hormones.
So what is your current projects right now? So you said you've been working for the last 10 years in website design. Is that what you mainly focus on now? Or do you still do a bit of branding, or do you do the print work, or is it a bit of both? And yeah, just tell us about maybe what you're up to now.
Yeah, I do a bit of both now. So the last project I did was a beautiful website, not just because I did it, but just because the energy that the client kind of helped put into the production as well. It was for a coach who supports Black women, kind of, grow in their life, career and love, and all their relationships. And she is in London, quite close to you, isn't she?
Ah, nice.
Yeah, and I just helped her she kind of, has where she wants her brand to go, but they needed more connection. She just struggled to kind of communicate the good bits about her business. And I like to do that. I think sometimes when business owners are just kind of, they're doing all the day-to-day stuff in their business, sometimes
Mhm,
it's easy to overlook the magical bits that you actually bring, the golden gems, the things that clients say about you that maybe you think, you've taken it for granted because it's just something that you do.
mhm.
Or maybe it's special to your personality. It's unique about you, but you don't see it. So that is what I think makes projects really special for me, because you're able to bring things out in people that they don't recognize themselves, or
Yeah.
they haven't taken, appreciation for. So I had a lot of browns and purples and lots of, swishy fonts. I know you love fonts, Ange.
You know I love fonts.
You do, you love fonts.
Swishy fonts,
Um,
I love that.
lots of fun swishy fonts. It's very like sort of earthy and maternal in sort of, matriarchal kind of way. And it's quite contemporary. I just really enjoyed working with this particular client because
Nice.
she just trusts me and we have a good
Yeah.
relationship. We speak quite openly about things. All of the feedback and all of the reviews are kind of done on Zoom calls. So it's all kind of, we're working together on how to refine things, or if she's not sure of, how she wants to communicate a particular thing, I can offer that on a, in a like a conversational way. So it doesn't feel like heavy work. It
Mhm.
doesn't feel like I'm just trying to
Nice.
pull things out of the air.
Actually, just coming to that, are you, actually you do obviously doing it with design and it's all visual. Are you actually helping her with the wording and the tone of voice
I
alongside?
do, yeah. I do like I think it's quite unorthodox because no one's taught me to do it this way. But when someone is working on the website, or if they come to me because they need a website, sometimes people don't always have the big budget for, a really good conversion copywriter. So, and some people also feel like their business is so personal to them that they want to be able to write the words themselves. I think some people maybe are a bit fearful of kind
Mhm.
of relinquishing
It's a mix,
control in
isn't
that
it?
way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit, they hold it close to their heart. So I kind of collaborate with them on the website copy. So I do a strategy session, which is a couple of weeks. I kind of ask them lots of questions about the business. We have a few really long workshops where I kind of just, try to pull out those magical bits that I mentioned earlier.
Nice.
And then I do a wireframe. So they have to come in to my tool, into Figma, and they have to kind of write the wording themselves. They've got a few weeks to do that. And then we'll work out how to kind of, bring up the personality, or if we need to inject some microcopy, like, your emailer signups, that kind of thing.
Yeah,
The
sure.
things that people forget to kind of, sparkle a bit of their own
Yeah.
personality.
Yeah.
So I help them do that. We do that together over a few weeks as well, just so that they've got the space to not feel like they've got to write and rush, stuff down, throw words out
Mhm.
onto paper. They can kind of do it and it feels
Nice.
like it's coming out of their heart, out of their,
Yeah.
the part that
That's really
kind of
nice.
drives the
That's a
business.
nice technique. That's a really nice technique. I
Yeah,
hope
it's fun.
people are learning from that too. Yeah, it's fun.
They
And
do, yeah.
it's really I suppose it drags out maybe drags the wrong word, but I suppose it extracts, should I say, from the client what they really want to get out, because sometimes it's all up in the head and, like, you can't really think about it. So sometimes you
Yeah.
just have to, like, just, like, get somebody else to give you those prompts to get it all out. So
Yeah,
that's
it's like sometimes when you're having a chat with your friends, like you'll, I don't know, something's happened in life and you're kind of talking it out with someone else. The other person's really good at kind of just summarizing the points that you said. So
yeah.
it's like you're being fed back your own words, but in a more concise,
Yeah,
communicative
exactly.
way. So I
Especially if you've
think it
been
helps to do that.
Yeah, especially if you think about it for so long, you kind of get stuck in your head and just keep on going round and round. That's
Yeah, and
really
like you
yeah.
kind of sometimes you'll focus on some things that are important to you, but maybe not important to
Yeah.
the bigger
Oh
picture.
my god, those moments. Oh, I hate them sometimes. I
Guilty.
love them.
Guilty, guilty, guilty.
Especially design, because like when you're stuck on something for so long, you're just like looking at it and looking at it, and then you think, "Oh, I'm just gonna show it to them anyway." And they're like, "Oh, I love it." And you're like thinking about that for 5 hours.
Like a whole week of sleepless nights because you were focused on this bloody yellow and actually, oh, we don't need the yellow. All the other stuff is amazing. I bet
Yeah,
you see that all the time, right?
yeah. Totally, totally. I think we both do.
Yeah, I don't know about you, but like in an Illustrator canvas, you've got loads of, stuff all over the place, but you kind of just zoomed into one tiny little thing and there's a whole,
Yeah,
it's only when you zoom back out and send it off that you realize actually it's a complete piece of work. It's fine. They don't know that you wanted to change that tone of that yellow, for example.
exactly,
They don't know
exactly.
that.
Just send it. Just send it.
Yeah.
That's the, note we'll leave everyone. Just send it. Don't worry about it. Just send it. It'll be fine.
Just send it. What's the done is better than perfect. That's the phrase.
Exactly. Yeah,
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 I'm a recovering
yeah.
perfectionist, so yeah, I tell that
Oh,
to
yeah.
myself all the time.
To
To
keep talking
you?
to ourselves, yeah. I've got
God, it's
Post-it
really
notes
tough.
too.
That with like mantras on them. What do they
Yeah,
have on
yeah.
them?
Oh, I've
Do
got one
they?
here. Actually, my latest one is, I've got a little note to myself, "One thing today," and I put an arrow to another Post-it note that says what I've got to do today. So, like, it's like, "Look, it's got one thing today, so I've got to do that one
Oh
thing
my
today,"
gosh.
and then look at the Post-it note over there, but I won't tell you what that one thing is, but that's my note to myself. Honestly, because
I
otherwise
love that.
you have endless lists all the time, don't we? So, like, at least if I have one Post-it note, I've got to do that one thing, and
And then you feel
I
like
say
you've
that
achieved
I've
something.
achieved.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like you've kind of, you've shiven all the things into the next day and then it feels like
Yeah,
the tasks are eating you alive. It feels like you've
exactly.
actually,
You've done
ticked
one
something
thing.
off. Yeah, it feels productive
Exactly.
that way. I like
Yeah.
that. I'm going to also adopt that. Did we just get a behind the scenes of
Of
Lyons Creative?
creative, yeah.
Love live.
Trying, trying. So I always ask people, also my guests, about the catalyst connection of how they got into their area, their field. Was there any one person that inspired you to get into what you're doing, or did you do it off your own back? Because sometimes we don't have people around us, or we do. So is there anyone that actually inspired you?
Hmm.
And that could be from even like secondary school, to be honest with you, like getting in, because I know that when I was in college and yeah, I suppose, and uni, certain stages, that there was that one person that said, "Why don't you, have you thought about this?" And you're like, "No," and then you go, "That's just changed my whole career path."
I love that. Like a proper serious
Proper,
catalyst.
yeah.
I do actually, and he's passed away now, and I'm sad that I never went back
Oh,
to go
sorry.
and, have a chat afterwards. But my university lecturer, Bal, he was terrifying. I can't even explain. Everyone was just like, "Oh, we've got Bal today," and you're kind of just on your P's and Q's because he's
What did
really
he teach?
ruthless.
What did he
He
teach?
taught we did visual communication. I did visual communication at uni. Oh my gosh. And it was like a pathway into graphic design. Actually, maybe it started before that because I didn't know what graphic design was until I applied for it at uni, which is a
Really?
bit
No, it's the
wild. Wild.
but if you don't know, you don't know, do you know?
Right. So it's always lecturers maybe. The lecturer I had at college, I actually went and did a foundation art and design course, not art foundation art course. And my lecturer there was like, you keep gravitating to words and letters. So maybe you should look at typography. And then when you do go to uni, maybe instead of doing interior design, maybe you do graphic design. I was like, what is that? That sounds interesting. So I literally, a few weeks before my interview at Birmingham City Uni, I Googled what is graphic design. Milton Glaser came up. Like, I love
Wow.
New York. Looking back, I'm like, that is so lazy. How did I even get in? And I took that. I wrote about that. I took that to my interview, and I got in. Got first choice, got in. So actually, maybe lecturers have kind of paved the way.
That one thing you did, that was quick and easy, wasn't
Yeah.
it?
Oh, imagine that. Imagine that. So yes, here I
Wow.
am. Here I am. Gosh. That was like I was 21 then. So it's
Wow.
just like, yeah, nearly good 20 years ago now. So I just kind of actually fell in. But maybe what I was interested in back then, before I knew what it was, maybe it was just coming out so loud that, maybe it was innate. Maybe I was always supposed to do this, actually.
Mhm, mhm. So you
Yeah.
didn't actually know what the actual term was, but you knew that you were into it and you really liked it, so
Yeah, obsessed with
that's really
typography, and
cool.
that's always what I stuck with. Even at uni, when we kind of did our specialisms, mine was typography, and I
Mm.
adored it. Even still now, I've got
Now you do, don't you?
insane, yeah, and I've got
Yeah,
an obsessive collection of fonts. It's really bad, really, really
yeah,
bad. It's my
yeah.
addiction.
I just had to literally yesterday unsubscribe to, the counterprint books too. You know, that
Wow.
newsletter.
Okay.
It was quite hard for me to press unsubscribe, but I love
Oh, it's
that
like a
website.
divorce.
But then afterwards I did it, I was like, "I'm gonna subscribe again. I'll do it next time, but not now," 'cause I love their books and typography. It's just like I could
Really? I'll have a
yeah,
look. It's been a while
yeah,
since I've looked at that.
yeah,
Yeah.
they're gorgeous. I saw one yesterday and it was full of colour and full of fonts and I was just like type I was like, "Oh," and I was like, "Unsubscribe, delete this," 'cause otherwise I'm gonna buy another book. But yeah,
But then maybe the books you've got a collection of them already.
got a few, yeah,
So maybe you
yeah,
can just like leaf over them when you're having withdrawal
yeah,
symptoms. Yeah.
yeah, that's why I unsubscribed 'cause I was like, "They're taking too much of my money now," but not saying that hopefully maybe they're listening. "You cancel the show."
Please sponsor, because yeah, you're in love, right?
Yeah.
It was a tough
Send me
divorce.
yeah, send us samples. Send me and Kayleigh samples.
Yes, please. Yes, please. Yes, please.
Brilliant. Oh, I was gonna say quickly, just again, I'm interrupting. I think yeah, so it was your college lecturer. Let's talk about the catalyst. So it's also your college lecturer that was, your catalyst connection, is that right?
Yes, both
Yeah,
of them actually. Now I'm kind of talking about it. It's both of them. Yeah,
yeah,
college and then university.
yeah. Brilliant, brilliant. And, so in business now, is there anyone who you would love, like, to work with? Who's your future clients? Or are you happy with the clients you've got now? Or is there anyone in particular, like maybe a brand or a person that you would love to say, "Oh my god, I'd love to work with them"?
That is a really good question, actually.
I like to manifest. I like to put it out in the world because I think when you put things out in the world, it's like having a vision board. Put stuff in a vision board.
Yeah.
So I create a vision board every beginning of the year and sometimes in between.
Really
Yeah, and sometimes in between a quarter maybe or something like that. Just I'll write it down. I put it down in my diary. Honestly, and it's really weird because you think that you're not gonna. You think, oh my god, you can't do this, you can't do this. And you look at the thing and you went, oh my god, that's happened. Oh my god, that's happened. It's really
interesting.
interesting. So yeah, I've got a vision board at the moment, and some of the stuff has happened. So
So I need to do a vision board. I hear about them all the time, but I'm like, how would it possibly work? But I think it's meant to be like some kind of neurological, like
yeah,
you're
and I
telling your
do.
brain and it kind of,
Yeah, and you'll work towards it. And I think it
yeah,
is about I know people think about a little bit woo woo, but the manifestation and if your beliefs
absolutely.
too, and obviously religions and so on and so forth. But I do believe if you put something out in the world, good or bad, let's focus on the good. So Kayleigh, let's manifest. Who would you love to work with?
Actually, I would adore to work, maybe I should put them on next year's vision board. I would love to work with someone like Black Ballads. Yeah, it's like a little sisterhood, isn't it? And I just think I would love to, help them just reach more folk. What they do is amazing. They're kind of uplifting Black women career-wise or just life-wise. Sometimes they're writing articles about motherhood. Sometimes it's about, microaggressions in the workplace. Sometimes it's just about having fun. And I just think,
Mhm,
yeah, it's like a really important pillar actually.
mhm.
Um, and a nice community just to know that you're not on your own feeling some of
On
the
your
things that
own.
you may do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you should do the vision board maybe after this call.
I think I really want to. Just any
I
excuse to
think
do
you
a
should.
collage. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll put, the link, to do, for Black Ballad in the, show notes. So let's get a bit of, you know manifestation, putting it out there
Oh
because
my
you never
gosh.
know.
I've said
Why
it
not?
now. Like this is
Yeah,
the loudest version of speaking it out into existence that I could have
yeah.
possibly done. So
Yeah,
here's hoping.
there are so many, organisations at the moment. So obviously you've got creatives like us,
Yes.
that Vanessa and I, founded, and you've got, I don't know if you've heard of Join Our Table. That's
No,
another
I
one.
haven't.
They're called JOT for short, JOT, and they're a black group of black women that focus on, marketing and careers in marketing and design. Have a look at them. They're really good. I know Black Ballard is, more of a it's more of a open to everyone in every career, but I think JOT, focuses more on the creative side of, women and
Right.
sisterhood. So, yeah, have a look at them too.
I
So,
have put them on my
yeah,
notebook. I'll
yeah,
absolutely go and look, check them out
yeah,
for sure.
they're
Sounds
really
really
good.
interesting. Sounds
Yeah, I
really
love
good.
what Black Ballards are doing too. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool, alright, so you put it out there.
Yeah, some manifestations. Thank you, Ange. Absolutely.
So while you've been working in the workforce and even now maybe in your own business, have you come across any, aggressions or because I know you mentioned it just now, Black Ballards and, like, it's like one of those things we wanna talk about, but we don't wanna talk about, but it's one of those things that I think are important that other people should hear about and just to be
Yeah,
aware of, and that is if you're black or you're white or any colour of the world, so the shade of that you are, that I think one of the things this podcast is spreading awareness and also wanting change. So is there anything that you'd like to share or positive or negative with us?
absolutely. I think people shy away from, and I have in the past shied away from, speaking about things like that because it feels like, sometimes you're taught to quieten your voice. Sometimes it feels like victimhood, like you're playing a victim card, but actually these are true experiences. And I think by talking about it, maybe it will help someone else in a current situation get out or seek some support or actually just stand up to whatever's happening. One of the agencies I was working in, there were definitely some people that maybe didn't like that I was in the office, was the only black woman in the office. And I feel like most agencies, especially in this kind of work, there aren't very many, black and brown faces there. And there was a lot of cold shoulder behavior, particularly from one person in the team. And then one day I went back into the office and there was like a bit of there was a general cold shoulder energy. I was saying, morning, morning, as you do. And it was met with a lot of silence. I thought, what's going on? And then my manager had called me in and said, this person, so and so, has said that you have been telling some of the interns, something about being paid and whatnot. I'm like, but I have not even spoken to some of those people. Very strange. And there was no discussion. There was no, have what's happened, what has been said. Have you spoken to this person at all? It was just, okay, well, we're going to ask you to go today, like now.
What?
Yeah. 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 And then when I left, the same person who'd had that conversation with me, she called me crying and saying, oh, I can't believe this has happened. I don't know. Do you know who could have said it? I'm like, no one's even asked me what's happened. No one's even, done any investigations. No
Mm,
one's calls. It was really bizarre. And then to understand later with a few other private conversations that actually that person who I had raised a flag about before had started some strange, it wasn't even a rumor. He just went to the CEO who was never actually in the building. He worked in a different part of the country and said this about me. And I thought, this is just
wow,
painful. Yeah. So I
wow.
was a bit on edge after that, which is maybe a reason why I probably decided to
So what set
go
up yourself?
freelance so soon. Yeah, because I
Yeah.
just didn't want to experience that again. I don't like tension. I like to laugh. I like to have a good time. I like
Yeah,
to,
you're so fun and yeah, and I know you're a good
yeah.
person. Yeah.
So I just didn't want to experience anything like that again. I want to enjoy my work without feeling like the career is going to be overshadowed by things that I can't control. I can't control the colour of my skin or the food that I bring into work or anything like that. I am who I am. So yeah,
Um,
I thought maybe if I can choose who I work with, which is, the benefit of working for yourself, then I think feel safer,
yeah.
which is crazy that we even having to,
Think about that and
yeah,
condition ourselves to think like that or be like that. But
it's crazy. But it is what it is also. I'd recognise that sometimes you can't change everything and everyone today
no,
or tomorrow.
yeah.
So, yeah,
Well, thank you for sharing and shame
that's
on that
okay.
person.
Right.
Terrible, terrible.
Right.
But we all know karma. Anyway, let's leave it there.
Absolutely.
As I said, I don't wish ill on nobody, but
Hope that anyone who's experienced something like that can speak up for themselves.
yeah, that's the thing
Yeah.
about speaking up for yourself. And some people actually can't, and they'll just carry on, and it's sad. But
Yeah.
oh, hopefully they can find an ally too to actually talk to someone in the building or wherever they are about it
Yeah.
or outside. Yeah. Oh,
And I
so
hope maybe all
inspirational.
the DEI
Yeah.
stuff has kind of, raised the awareness of some of the things people may experience in silence, actually. So, yeah, I think it has to get better. I think it would have done from the time I was, going through that.
Do
So,
you know what? I always think these things get better. Then you hear about what's going on in the world today and people cutting them, even big corporations thinking, oh, we
yeah,
don't can spend money on that anymore. It's just like, what is this about? What is the way of the world's going? But hopefully, you choose your clients and you work with people who you feel comfortable with. So that's the best thing. Oh,
absolutely.
well done.
Absolutely.
Well done. So to end on a personal note, what would you tell your teenage self?
Oh, wow. That's a big question. What would I tell my teenage self? I will tell her to follow her gut always. Trust your gut. Go where your skills are, not where you feel like you're allowed to go. Don't let anyone tell you that you can or cannot do something. And don't worry about, if you haven't seen someone achieve XYZ, doesn't mean that you can't do it. So a lot of trust in her instincts and trust in her gut. Yeah.
Brilliant. Oh, I love that. Thank you.
Thank you. This is good. This is fun.
Yeah,
Very
good. I know.
reflective, actually.
It was very reflective, wasn't it?
Yeah, I love that.
Oh, cool. I can't wait for you to listen to it back because I do listen to it back obviously and check them out. So yeah, I love it because I record them way in advance and I come back and I was like, oh, that was nice.
Oh, oh, me too, me too. I can't wait. Cannot wait. You've had some incredible guests on as well. I think even what you're here to speak about, I think it's so powerful. But it feels powerful in a very friendly, relaxed way. It doesn't feel like, I've got to put on some big girl pants and, you know, it's very heartwarming and
Oh,
natural and
thank you.
authentic. So really, really
Thank you.
grateful for you and the space that you've created, Ange.
Oh, brilliant. Thank you, Kayleigh. It's really kind of you to say so. Thank you.
Come
God bless
on,
you.
come on.
Oh, don't. Oh, shit.
Put down your post-it note.
And oh, shucks. Yeah, I'm gonna put that. I'm gonna put your big girl pants on when I'm feeling scared.
You should. And like you have created this, so you can do it. Like you literally can do
Yeah.
anything. I love how you're quite tenacious. You'll just be like, I'm going to do this, and you'll just do it. And that's really admirable. It's not easy for everyone. It's not easy for me to do something like that. So I don't know if
Yeah.
it's courage. I don't know what it is in you that just kind of you just kick into action. And it's
Well,
magical.
I believe. So I believe. So I think that he's using me in a way that maybe can help somebody. So hope I can do
Beautiful.
that.
Oh, I
Um,
love that. And maybe that's the power that he's giving to you. So
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Brilliant.
amazing. Love that,
Thank
Ange.
you. No, bless you. Thank you. So you know what's coming next? The quick fire of 5 questions. So it's one or
Oh,
the other.
exciting. I'm ready. I'm ready. I am ready.
It's one or the other. So crisp or chocolates,
Chocolate.
beach or forest,
Beach.
book or Kindle,
Book.
reggae or soul.
Reggae. Come on. Reggae. Every
Is that
time.
the Jamaican heritage?
Yes, it is. Dennis Brown, Freddie McGregor. Come on. Of course.
Okay,
Absolutely.
okay. All right. Let you have it. Let you have it. A patty or a sandwich? I think I know the answer to this.
Patty. Saltfish patty, please. Oh, thanks.
Oh, I love saltfish patties.
Do you?
I discovered them. Don't judge me, but I put ketchup on them too. I love it with ketchup.
You like my son. This ketchup, I almost banned it in this house because it just puts on everything. Are you like that too?
Not everything, but I tried it with a saltfish patty one day, and I thought, oh, this is nice.
Does it make the difference? Oh,
It does.
I
It
guess
gives a
it's
little
like,
sweet, tangy taste.
does
Yeah,
so actually, maybe I shouldn't judge. Maybe I should try that too.
try it.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
Oh, it's really, really been good chatting to you, Kayleigh. I loved it. So thank you so much. Do you want to tell people how they can find you?
Yes, there I am at hallcreative.co.uk. That's my website. And the same on Instagram, LinkedIn. If you just pop in Hall Creative, I should come up immediately. You'll see my
Lovely.
orangey, backgroundy, round
It's
face.
orangey, brownie, and I love it. It's really beautifully designed, and
Oh,
the words
thank
are
you.
beautiful too. So yeah, it's
Thank you
really,
so
really
much.
lovely
Thank
stuff.
you. Oh, I've
Oh,
loved this
brilliant.
today. Thank you so much for
Oh,
having me.
thank you too. Thank you for joining me, and have a great day.
You too.
See ya.
Bye. Bye, Ange.
So let me start by giving thanks. Thank you for tuning in to Creatives Like Us. I hope you enjoyed this episode and found it thought-provoking, inspiring and entertaining. If you did, it would absolutely make my day if you could share and subscribe, rate and review wherever you get your podcasts. Also, if you have a question or a comment, I'd love to hear from you. All the ways to connect are in the notes. And until next time, keep being creative, like us.